Cryptocurrency. Let's talk about it and the future of it based on my personal opinion. Now, first, I want to say this, right? This is Moonwalker, the Crypto Stalker. Yes, Moonwalker 360. And I am not a financial advisor. So everything I tell you is based on my research, my speculation, my opinion. All of these things, none of it is guaranteed because it's a very risky industry. And so you got to make your own decisions. But with that being said, now that disclaimer is out there, I understand this is a risky space. You do not want to put up money you can't afford to lose. But one of the best things you can do is to start learning about this industry and learn how you can be able to get in while you fit in, because this industry is not going anywhere. It is not going anywhere. Cryptocurrency, it is an experiment. However, it is an experiment that is changing the world and changing every aspect of our world. And I want to just talk a little bit about that. So first of all, I want to say this. So today, we are in a place where, we've seen Bitcoin go from about, literally under $1 to over $20,000 per Bitcoin, mainly based off of just people investing in it. I want you to understand cryptocurrency right now, as of today, it's based on trust, right? It's based on people, people, you gain more money when people use it because people trust the currency, because they understand that it's a self-regulating platform. You have miners, you have the blockchain that works, that validates everything and keeps account of all of the systems. And you have a great way for the average person to cut out the middleman when it comes to them either sending money or doing any type of deal or business directly with each other. So that's what a lot of crypto is about, a decentralized methods of using technology so people can work directly together however they want to do that, whether it's a contract or if it's utilizing just a ledger, to record something that they want to record. So anyway, let's talk about where the state of this whole industry is. I want to get into that because I don't want to digress. So right now, the state of cryptocurrency, there's different. This still is the beginner stage. This is 2018, and it still is at the early innovator stage. It's still at a stage where even people who've been involved for 6 months, a year, and they've got a lot of experience and they've made a lot of money. There's people who've made millions of dollars. There's people who've lost millions. But overall, this is all still brand new. There are some people who try to act like they're experts and, they know everything. And let me tell you something. This is new for everyone. Even if they've been around the block, you got some people that do have more experience than others. They can tell you many different war stories. They can tell you about some of the wallets that work. They can tell you some certain red flags they've seen with certain coins and things. But at the end of the day, it is still in a position where you have to just go and make your own decision. That's why if you're going into the cryptocurrency space, it's important that you develop yourself. This is not just about money. This is about you making decisions. So for you to make a good decision, you are going to have to develop yourself. Your spirit got to be strong. Okay, your mind has to be clear, because when you're making some of these investment decisions, you don't want to make these decisions based off of you coming from a weak space or an uneducated space. What is a weak space? A weak space is, for one, you being totally uneducated, or you being in a position where you don't even know exactly what the coin is, what it's about, how they make money, right? You got a lot of people investing in coins because it looks cheap. They have no idea what the technology is, where they're located. They know nothing about nothing. They don't know how to exchange and get their money out. They just say, hey, I heard you can make money here, take my money. They don't even know how to take their money out and how to exit out of crypto. You got another idea of a weak space is you have people that are investing when they're in bad emotional states. What does that mean? People are investing when they're hungry. People are investing when they're lonely. People are investing when they're tired. People are investing when they're extremely excited. Now, you might say, hold on, Moonwalker, why is that a bad thing? Think about it. If you ever heard the saying, you don't go to the grocery store, you don't go grocery shopping on an empty stomach when you're hungry. Because if you do, you're going to be buying things for yourself that may not necessarily be very healthy for you, right? And it's like not making a life decision when you're very thirsty, right? If you haven't eaten in a long time and you're in a bad place, you shouldn't just try to make a huge life decision. It's like dating someone and you haven't had any dates ever, and all of a sudden the first person you meet, you say, I want to marry them. but because you're coming from a point of desperation and you're hurt, right? You have to come in strong with a stable mind, and sometimes it just takes knowing be the discipline to just go to sleep before you make decisions. So, but that's just a little bit talking about people investing from a weak space. But here's what's incredible about crypto. Right now, you can be able to put a blindfold on yourself, grab a dart, and throw it at a chart that has cryptocurrencies on them. And right now, wherever that lands, you can still potentially make money, because almost all cryptos are growing for the most part, because the entire industry is so brand new. It's a lot of hype, a lot of speculation. It's not a lot of coins that even have real value, but people are still making money just because of, the hype and the energy right now and the speculation. So, but here's the deal. What the future of this is crypto is really taking over in so many different ways, because they're taking this technology. Let's be clear. In the future, the technology is now going to have more use cases. That means it's going to be present in your everyday life more, because a lot of people are buying it. They're not using it. Let's be clear. The average person, there's only about 1.5 to 2% people around the globe that are even hip to cryptocurrency or using it. So a lot of people who've heard of it, but they don't have it. And then you got a lot of people who have it, but they're not really using it. They don't use it in their everyday life. They're just buying it, sitting on it, holding it. Still got a lot of people that are buying coins and losing the coins because they lost their passwords. So this is still a very early phase. And what's scary about that is that many of the negative things that are happening, in my opinion, are from the same early adopters. Some of these same early people. These are people who they get involved, and because they've made a little bit of money, now they feel like they know everything. And then what happens is they get egotistical, they get cocky. Then these are some of the same people that they get very fearful. So when they see a coin going down, they get afraid. They start making videos saying, no, don't buy this, buy that. And now that affects other people. And so now it's just creating more and more fear. And then it creates more need for regulations. And then you got people who are getting overly excited and saying, yes, you should do this. And it's all emotional. And then what's happening? So now it's creating more and more scams that are popping up because they see how excited people are and not thinking. And so it's like a drug right now. Right now, people are crypto drunk. There's a lot of crypto holics right now, crypto maniacs. And you know what? Cryptocurrency can be very addictive. So just like the internet can be addictive, or TV and food and everything else, any other substance. So it's very important that you are strong. And that's why I say when you're getting involved, get involved with a group so that you can have a level of accountability and, increase your learning curve. And when you make those decisions, you still make them on your own. Don't make it because of the group or what your friend did, but do it because that's what you want to do. But sometimes you need that friend to talk to say, hey, did you hear about this app? Are you using this app? What you think about this app? Things like that. So this is a very interesting space where you want to protect yourself. Now, I don't want to talk about this only from the perspective of money, because you're missing the boat. Let's be real. Bitcoin and cryptos is much bigger than just money. This is a decentralized platform and technology that allows us to, for the people to have power in almost every aspect of life. Like I said, that could be dealing with a contract. It could be it could be people getting married. It could be voting for politicians. It could be just about anything, education, just about everything that we have right now that currently exists, businesses, industries. This will impact all of them. So what's going to happen, in my opinion, is you're going to see more and more need for utilities. Right now, there's probably about 3,000 cryptocurrency, different coins that exist. Many of them don't have any utility, meaning you can't use them for anything. I think you're going to have more need for use cases, meaning because it's going to be more currencies and coins that will exist. Eventually, it's going to get to the point where you can create a cryptocurrency just as easy as you create an Instagram page, a social media page. It'll be for free. Your kids will be able to create them, and they'll do them, and they will be, it won't be valuable currencies, but this will just be a trendy thing to do. And so the currencies I think that are going to really step up and show out and have the most value are the ones that have the most utility, the people are using the most, right? That has to happen for people to adopt it on at least not even a mass level, but just on a just a grow period. And so I think that is coming really soon. I think this is 2018 is going to be a year of privacy where Now people have waken up to the money can be made, but there's still a lot of security issues that exist. So it's very important that you know how to protect yourself, whether that be from wallets, knowing how to keep store and track where your Bitcoins are going or your currencies are going, and how to protect them, how to store them, and then how to keep doing some certain transactions private, and not just transactions privately, but even how do you navigate the internet privately? Because the good thing about crypto, with it being decentralized, it allows us to protect our data. And that's really the most valuable thing we have is the data. That's everything about you. When you sign on to most social media platforms, they want to know everything about you. That's what makes Facebook so popular, because they know they know pretty much just about almost everything. Where you shop for groceries, they know how you feel in your relationships. They know when you're out of town and different traveling across the world. They know when you're sick. They know when you just had a baby. They know your the good, bad, and the ugly. And so because they're collecting that data, and other people are also sharing that data, and many of that data never is destroyed. So, it's very important that people start protecting that data, because if you don't, then you might have a company like Amazon that, you're buying stuff from, and they know everything about you. And I don't know if that's a world we want to live in, where we have these huge corporate centralized companies that know all the details of your whole life. They know more about you than your significant other. I don't know if we want to live in that world. So so privacy is going to be important this year for many other reasons as well. But also, if you're going to be involved with crypto, which I'm assuming you are, because that's why you're listening to me, it's also important that you kind of define or figure out who you are in terms of what role do you want to play. It's a lot of roles that need to be played in this world. If we're just talking about from the investor's perspective, you got day traders, you got swing traders, you have you've got just irregular like passive investors, and let's talk about those a little bit, right? We got day traders are the people that are highly stressed, that are every day. You have to know if you're going to be on top of things, and that could be a lot of pressure if you're day trading. And if you're a spiritual person, you may not want to do that because it comes with so much emotional stress. But then you got swing traders, people that are just buying positions and they just know when to buy and when to sell. It may not be on a daily basis. It may just be once a week or once a month. They're a little more passive. And then you got investors that are just, hey, you know what? I just want to buy the 4 or 5 coins that are going to grow and treat it like a savings account and just put this money up on a cold storage wallet and don't look at it for 3 to 6 months. And then I don't have to worry about any of the stress, then you got those people, and all of it can be risky. Let's be clear. But so you got to define what role you want to play. But then you got other roles outside of just being investors and things. You got people who want to get into crypto mining. You got people who want to be into the security side and create security. You got educators. You have company business owners. So there's so many different routes, right? Advisors. You got government regulators. So there's a lot of opportunity that exists, and the scary part about it is that because everything's so new, there's no set education that's set in our school system, which is it's good. Actually, that's good when I think about it, because this current school system really isn't designed to help folks anyway, not for real, not to help them become rich and wealthy. It's designed to control people to be wage slaves and work jobs. So that's probably a good thing that is not in that system right now. But it is important that you get yourself educated and you do a lot of self-education. And you don't have to just enroll in one program, because one teacher's maybe just give you one perspective. I think it's great to always be learning, staying current, because the things that are true today will not necessarily be true 3 or 4 months from now. You may have a wallet that's a great wallet. It works good, but if there's an upgrade to the network, that cryptocurrency, that wallet may not be good in 3 months. So you have to really stay abreast to what's going on. It's literally like your phone. Your phone is constantly getting updates, and you got to think about cryptocurrency as the same. It's constantly updates that are happening. If we're going to get off into a tangent, I could go as far as to say, cryptocurrency is really like money for robots, right? Artificial intelligence. So for these robots to be able to get paid and then pay each other and own themselves for doing work, just like that robot that got citizenship in Dubai, Sophia. But that's a whole nother conversation, guys. I don't want to get caught off on a tangent. I just wanted to tell you it's very important that you educate yourself and you have an exit plan and have an interest plan, and constantly put yourself in a position where you're working on yourself, because it's bigger than just understanding crypto. Some people say, I don't want to learn all of this stuff about cryptocurrency. That's fine. But you do want to enhance your own spirit so that you can be strong to make your own decisions and follow your own intuition. In conclusion, my perspective on the future of cryptocurrency in general is it's not just about money. It's not just about wealth. This is about freedom. This is truly a freedom movement on all levels you can think of. A freedom movement for you to be able to control your health, your wealth, and how you move and navigate in the world. And to do that, you must be strong, you must be informed, you must have your spirit strong and aligned. This is going to be very important, very, very important, because there's a lot of distractions. Did you know that they say about like 1 out of every 50 people has a diagnosed mental illness? So think about your social media friends. Think about if you got 50 people that are following you on social media, and out of 50 people, imagine for every 50 people, there's 2 or 3 of them that have some type of mental order, disability. These are the same people that are probably trolling you, sending you all types of interesting things they're sending you. So negative stuff or trying to distract you. So that only magnifies because there's a lot of crazy stuff going on, a lot of cuckoos that are flying around with no nest, and they are going around, and they're going to try to bring you down, and they're working if you allow them to. So they will not do it if you do not allow them to. It's important that you stay informed, follow where the money goes, and you got to move with this thing with your spirit strong, and you got to move with the game plan, because this is chess, it's not checkers. I want you to understand that some of the people behind these large companies, many of them, they have a track record of companies that they worked with, and it's important that you look at these track records, right? Because many of these people, they didn't just wake up, tomorrow and said, hey, you know what, I'm going to create artificial intelligence. I'm going to wake up and we're going to challenge the oil industry and create Tesla, right? If you look at the people like the Elon Musk or the people of Peter Thiel, which a lot of people, you should research that guy if you don't know. He's one of the first investors of Facebook, a huge investor into artificial intelligence and a lot of these other companies, these cryptocurrency companies. When we look at people like this, they are strategically moving together to gather data and information on people, and also be able to eventually get this technology so that way at some point even humans will be able to link up into that data with that artificial intelligence. It's kind of like the Matrix, when you get plugged in. So it's very, very deep. I'm not saying all of this to scare anybody, but I'm just saying this to you because it's the truth from what I'm seeing. So this is bigger than money. Yes, you can make a lot of money. Yes, you can lose some money as well, but you have to develop yourself and have some consistency with what you do and make some decisions. So with that being said, take responsibility, and I'm going to see you on the next video. There's so much more we're going to build on and talk about, but we're going to stop at this point just so you can take some time to gather yourself together and make your next move your best move. Make sure you follow me on social media, follow this page, like this video, subscribe to our pages as well. Yes, it's Moonwalker 360. Yes, the Crypto Stalker, and I will see you next time.